Hi everybody and welcome to the world of Micah. Today we're going to be checking out Disney's All-Star Music Resort. It's going to be a ton of fun and let's take a closer look. Let's take a closer look. By the way, for those of you who like to take photographs with themed backgrounds, this one that they have here at the All-Star Resorts is pretty cool. Well, we made it. And look, they brought out the red carpet for us as we walk in to the check-in area. And as usual, lots of people are checking in today. And check this out, they have a photo op here in the lobby from the Artie Arch. Do you know what the Artie Arch is? Well, right here, it says this iconic structure has graced the Radio Disney Music Awards red carpet since 2014. And there it is in the photos. So you can go ahead and take a selfie and do the hashtag RDMA. That's pretty cool. And along the hallway here at the lobby, they have the All-Star Music Hall of Fame. And this is pretty neat. They can change this out whenever they like because it's an LED screen. Right now, they're currently promoting Selena Gomez. And along the hallway of the lobby, they have pictures from famous musicians from all kinds of different genres. And now let's look at the gift shop called Maestro Mickey's, because I wanted to show you guys this. They have All-Star Resort merchandise. Look at the mug. It has sports, music, movies, repeat on it. They also have magnets. They actually have two different magnets. I like this one. Kind of looks a little old school. Then they have a shot glass, or as Disney likes to call it, a toothpick holder. They have a keychain that looks like that old school magnet. They have an ornament. And then below that, check it out, they have a shirt for the All-Star Resorts. Stoked about this merchandise because I do love resort specific merchandise. And yes, here at the All-Star Resorts, they do sell the portable fuel rod chargers here, which is a great thing to know. But they have the penny machines here, and the only one I'm really seeing that says All-Star Music is this one of Stitch. The rest of these are just themed to Walt Disney World. Oh, here's an Alice in Wonderland set. And then they have a set of Aladdin and a little Mickey. And yes, they do have an arcade here, and it's called Notable Games. That's kind of quirky. And if you're wanting to do food, they have the Intermission Food Court. And by looking at the menu, it seems to have your everyday theme park selections from pizza, burgers, chickens, salad. But they do have plant-based burgers here. That's really cool. And this is what the food court looks like. Lots of different options here. And the bar area is called Singing Spirits. All right, so we've made it outside, and here is the map of the entire grounds of the resort. We've got quite a good bit to cover, so let's get started. Heading over to our first area now. This is called Calypso, and it's themed after our friends, the Three Caballeros. Check out the huge maracas on the side of the building here, and there's some little birds and music notes. And right over here is the swimming pool, which is in the shape of a huge guitar. Oh, and also right in the middle are statues of the Three Caballeros themselves, right in the middle of the pool. Can you see them right over there? That's them. So if you're staying in the Calypso area, this is what it looks like. It's very festive looking. And also it's very, very close to the front area of the resort. Yeah, the theming over here in Calypso is pretty incredible. Lots of colors and lots of great photo ops. I think it's a pretty fun area. And also, your staircase here at Calypso are giant bongos. Look at that. You actually get to walk in the middle of that bongo to get to your room if you don't want to use the elevator. Well, it seems like we're heading into our next area of the resort, which looks to me like there's some jazz influences. Maybe some New Orleans influence. Let's go look. Yes, I was correct. This area is called the Jazz Inn, and it's based around all things jazz music. Well, the staircase isn't really anything spectacular, but the side of the buildings here at the Jazz Inn definitely have that New Orleans vibe. Oh, look, those look like my sunglasses. And directly across from this amazing fountain that definitely has New Orleans vibes is one of the largest drum kits I've ever seen in my entire life. Would you look at that? My goodness. You got a snare, a kick, a tom, a floor tom, a ride cymbal, and a hi-hat. That's all you need to play some jazz. Yeah, this area is pretty incredible. I'm really blown away by the detail over here. So if you're into jazz music or want to have a little bit of a New Orleans vibe, definitely request this area. Well, that does it for the first half of the Disney All-Star Music Resort. Now moving on to the second half, and straight ahead it makes a complete circle all the way around the pool there. So we're going to start to the right. Oh man, looking straight ahead, I'm getting excited. Seeing a lot of 1950s themed items, and I'm a sucker for that stuff. And this area is known as Rock Inn. Get it? Say it a little fast. But I do love the color scheme over here, from the black and pink and the little chevrons right up here. But take a look at the staircase. It's like an old amp. That's so cool. You get to walk inside the old speaker. Okay, we gotta go check this out. So first off, right through the middle is a grassy area, but it's supposed to symbolize a road. There are little marks signifying the lanes right in the middle. Oh, and there's an old car right over there. Let's start on the left side. Walking on the sidewalk here, I feel like I've stepped back in time, because I think this area is supposed to symbolize the 1950s and 1960s era of rock and roll. I'm loving these pink street lights they have right here, and the little bench you can sit at. But what's really cool is they have these huge guitars all along the side of the building here. Right here they have a guitar that symbolizes a Gibson Les Paul, and all along the railings there you can see vinyl records and music notes. Oh, and follow this pole all the way to the tip top, and it's an old radio microphone with WDW right at the top. Love that detail. And right across from this Fender Stratocaster is an old Chevy. Now I'm a sucker for old cars, and this Chevy Bel Air is right up my alley. Man, would you look at that? That's so cool. It's right outside your room, so you could walk out and just see this car, and honestly you'll feel like you've transported back in time to a 1950s paradise. That's just too cool of a car. Now if you know what year this car is from, comment below. I'd love to know. Now usually when you're in an old 50s diner, they would have checkered floors just like that, and that only means one thing. What do you get when you go to an old 1950s diner? An old 1950s jukebox. Would you look at the size of this jukebox? Of course, with Rock Inn right up top there. That's so cool. Oh, you can see the little records right up there as well. And on the other side, across the walkway there, they have another jukebox. And right on the back side, right up here, check this out. It's probably the world's largest vinyl record with Mickey right in the middle. But yeah, I'm a sucker for anything 1950s, and this area is pretty incredible. Oh, and by the way, the second half over here, that's a complete circle, is circled around what we call the piano pool. That's the pool right over there. But let's make our way to the country fair. First things first, here at the country fair, your staircase is a giant harmonica. That's absolutely incredible. All right, I'm excited to see what's all in here. Oh, and just a heads up, this area is the furthest from the check-in area and where you can get food. So if you're thinking about staying here, just keep that in mind. It's a little bit of a trek to get back to the front of the resort. But I must say, this is the quietest area of them all. Right here in the center of this area, they have a little picnic area that has plenty of shade. But along the sides, I'm loving this. They have some desert type plants like cactus and different things. Definitely makes you feel like you're out in the old west. And along the side of the buildings here at the country fair, they have a banjo, some music notes, a violin, or would you call that a fiddle if you're dealing with country music? And what are these called? You see people wearing that around their neck. Is that known as a cowboy tie? I also love how there's a little Mickey on that as well. And the world's biggest pair of cowboy boots are also here. At least these are the biggest pair of cowboy boots I've ever seen. These things are huge. But I noticed when I walked up here that there's a little hidden Mickey right there. And I love the checkered blue print in the background. It definitely reminds me of like an old school country diner, doesn't it? Yeah, this area is quite the quiet area, if I do say so. I'm guessing everyone is out the parks during the day, so it's nice and quiet and pretty much completely empty. So if you're looking to come and take photos, come in the middle of the day, because as you can see, we're all alone out here. Now the one thing I will say is there's no background music. The ambiance here is completely quiet. I was expecting there to be music playing in every themed area, like over in the 1950s area. I was expecting to hear old school rock and roll and doo-wop, and over here at the country fair I was expecting to hear country music, but that's not the case, which makes it easier for us who do YouTube, because we don't have to worry about a copyright strike. But the next area we're gonna visit is Broadway. So we've got to travel from the Old West out to New York City in a matter of seconds. And just like that good old Disney magic, within seconds we are transformed over to Broadway, New York City. In the staircase here at Broadway says stage door. Look at that. That's perfectly themed. Currently on the corner of Battery Place and Broadway, and we're starting to make our way in to the Broadway themed area. The ground looks like we're walking in the middle of a street. Oh, and check out this street sign. This is the corner of Broadway and Wall Street. And right behind the sign, check this out. Right along the buildings. I love this. It's like an old Broadway show. Continuing down on Broad Street, and I found myself on the corner of 34th Street and Broadway. 34th Street. Didn't a miracle happen here? I don't know. In the middle of the street here, they have picnic tables set up, and it looks like at some point they do put umbrellas in them, because you can see there's a little hole there for the pole to go up, because the Florida sun can be pretty brutal out here. But on either side are little marquees. Here at the corner of Times Square and Broadway, look at this. Giant billboards promoting some Broadway shows you can see, including Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Newsies, and Mary Poppins. And they even have a little old school ticket booth set up. That's pretty neat. And across the street they have the same thing, just promoting a little bit of a different variety of shows. Little Mermaid, Mary Poppins, but this one they've added The Lion King to it. And check out the Broadway sign in the background. So cool, man. Who would have thought this was here at the resort? So if you're into musicals or just the idea of being in New York and Broadway, this is definitely your area. Very well themed, and I enjoyed this. This is pretty nice. I had no idea that this was here. And I'm very impressed by all the details they have here at the All-Star Resorts, all three of them. These are very, very well themed resorts. So if your family's looking for that Disney magic outside of the parks and not wanting to spend an arm and a leg, this is definitely the resort that you're gonna wanna look at and stay at on property here at Walt Disney World. Well, you guys, I think we did it. I think we saw everything there is to see here at Disney's All-Star Music Resort, which means it's time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because it's free and it'll keep you updated with my latest video. If you would like to support my channel, please visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/worldofmicah, where donating $1 a month can help fund episodes just like this. I had a ton of fun walking around Disney's All-Star Music Resort today, and I hope you guys had fun watching. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Micah, everybody. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.